Well, hey, Transit family, how's it going? Whether you're a small group leader, a student, one of our staff members, whoever it is watching, hey, I just want to say what's up. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to the first ever Wednesday devotional. Y'all, I'm so excited about these times that we're going to have on Wednesday. We're going to put these on our YouTube page and maybe little snippets on our Instagram page every single week at the same time on Wednesdays. And we truly believe as a Transit team that God still wants to do something in and through your life in this season. He doesn't want us to waste this season and do nothing with it. I believe, and our team believes, that He still wants to do amazing things in and through you in this season. And so we wanted these Wednesday times to be a time to be able to invest in you, to maybe help you in your relationship and your walk with Jesus, to continue to grow in your faith. And so I'm really excited for these Wednesday devotionals that we're going to be putting up every week. Hopefully they encourage you. Hopefully they give you some hope. Hopefully they can give you some joy as we're walking through a really crazy, uncertain, I'm sure scary time for a lot of us in a lot of different ways. And so all of these devotionals are going to kind of be under one theme, one main topic, one main statement, and that is, you've probably heard us say it in Transit before, is that we want every Transit student to experience, to know, to have a faith of their own. We want all of you, we want all of us to know that we need to have a faith of our own. And we want you, whenever you leave Transit, to have and have experienced a faith of your own. And as I was thinking about just that blanket topic that all of these devotionals are going to fall under, it brought me to a passage of Scripture in this book called the Bible. And this is amazing writings in here that have helped shape my life, helped probably shape a lot of your small group leaders' lives, and maybe even some of yours as well. And so I'm going to read a little portion out of the back of this book called the Bible, in a book inside of the Bible, crazy, called 2 Timothy. And what's happening here is there's this guy named Paul. And Paul is this famous Christian. In fact, if you've been in Transit before, you've probably heard us mention the name Paul, very famous Christian. And Paul was mentoring this younger guy named Timothy, and he was helping him grow in his leadership, help him understand what it means to be a Christ follower and walk in the ways of Jesus and live in the teachings of Jesus. And so Paul is writing to this guy named Timothy to encourage him about his faith. And so this is what Paul writes to Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verses 5. Paul says this: I am reminded of your sincere faith. There's that word faith that we're talking about, which first lived in your grandmother Lois, I think that's how you say it, and in your mother Eunice. And I am persuaded now lives in you also. I'm going to read that again. I am reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois, amazing name, and in your mother Eunice, again, another amazing name. And now I am persuaded now lives in you also. And you see what I think Paul is trying to get across to Timothy is he's like, you've been raised by amazing women, by your grandmother and your mother. And maybe some of you could say that. Amazing, Christ-filled, faith-filled women, maybe some men in your life. I know that was my story for my dad and my granddad. And maybe you have people in your lives who have just raised you in the faith and telling you about Jesus. And that's what Paul is saying to Timothy. He's like, you've been raised by two amazing women who have very strong faith. But now I'm persuaded that is in you also. And so what I think he is saying here to Timothy is your grandmother and your mother have amazing faith, but now your faith should be your own. It should be your grandmother's faith. It shouldn't be your mother's faith. Transit students, it shouldn't be your dad's faith, your friend's faith, your small group leader's faith. What Paul is saying to Timothy is now you, Timothy, have a faith of your own. And Transit students, I want to tell you again that the faith that you're going to build your life on, the foundation of your life, isn't going to be your grandmother's faith. It's not going to be your granddad, your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, anybody else's faith, but your own. And so that's what these devotionals are going to be on Wednesdays, just giving you practical teaching to help understand, to help be able to apply some things in your life to grow and understand and see what it looks like to have a faith of your own. And so this week, I just want to challenge some of you. Maybe start exploring what that looks like for you. Maybe for some of you, it's going to be the first time ever, maybe the first time in a long time that you're going to open this up and you're going to start to look at it and start to look at the teachings of Jesus and maybe who God is and who Jesus is and how you can start to apply that to your life. And that's how you're going to start to live out what it means to have a faith of your own. Maybe for some of you, that's just asking some questions of your small group leaders in group or shooting them a text and hey, they're talking about this thing, faith of your own. What does that look like for me? What does that exactly mean? But this week, I just want to challenge you, just one step, really easy. Start to explore and maybe question and just even simply think about, what does it mean specifically for you? Because that's what's so cool. It's specifically for you, not for anybody else. What does it look like for you to experience, to have, to grow in a faith of your own? And so Transit, I'm really excited about what these Wednesdays are going to hold for you. I hope they grow you. I hope you enjoy them because we truly believe that God doesn't just stop working in this season, that he wants to continue to do something amazing in and through you, and he's not going to use this time. He's not going to waste this time. He's going to use this time. So y'all, thanks for tuning in for the first Wednesday devotionals. I love you. I'm so thankful for you. Make sure you still staying up on our YouTube, checking out what we have the rest of the week and the rest of the Wednesdays ahead. It's going to be amazing. I love you. I'll see you later.